नहीं दिख रहा है।
Okay, so welcome to the class. I will adjust the board. Yes. Yesterday we were talking about what we were talking about. Yes,
Elements of urban areas.
yes, and causes the urbanization mainly. And I told you that we will talk about defining characteristics of the city. Okay, so there are many defining characteristics. According to Gordon Childe, in 1950, he was an urban geographer. He gave many defining characteristics of the city. He said that these characteristics define the city. First was a minimum population and density. We talked about it. Above normal population and density. Density, you know all? What is density?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is density?
Persons of people per square kilometer.
Yes. Now the board is
People
visible
per
or not?
square kilometer.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
better? Okay. Minimum population and density. Okay. There, in a city, there is a minimum population and density above normal. Population above normal and density above normal. Okay. Differentiation of occupation. Another characteristic Gordon told, differentiation and occupation. Do you remember anything by this? We have talked about this topic.
Yes, sir.
Diversification of economy. Yes? So these are two defining characteristics of the city which were told by Gordon Childe in 1950. He was an urban geographer of repute and he is a big name in urban geography. Third characteristic he told, pay of taxes to a deity or a king. Is it visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
सर visible.
Yes. Yes. Is it visible? The board is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, visible sir.
Yes.
Visible, sir.
Visible, okay. The third characteristic, the third defining characteristic according to Gordon is pay of taxes to a deity or a king. What do you mean by that? Yes.
Who
What
are
do you
the
mean by
controller
that?
of the
Yes.
persons who are responsible for the administration system at that time?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Gordon Childe told us that this is the third defining characteristic of a city or a town, and in a city there is a payment of some taxes to a deity or a king. Okay. There is one other word used for taxes is tribute. Tribute, you know. Anyone know about tribute? Yes. Yes. Tribute is Do anyone know about tribute?
Yes, sir. But
What
how
is
can
that?
I define?
What is tribute? Yes, what is tribute?
Honoring someone, dedicated someone.
Dedicating someone, giving something in honor to. Okay, so it was a custom that when people go to meet the king, they give some tribute. Some Urdu word is Nazrana. They give some tribute. That was a custom, that was almost necessary. It was not written somewhere, but it was almost necessary. When you meet your king, you will give something to the king. Okay, that was called tribute. Actually, if we go deep into it, when the kinship society converted into a tribulatory society, then that was the beginning of the city, because many more tributes continuously came and there was staff needed to write down that tribute, to list that tributes. So some clerks were needed, some staff were needed. Ultimately, king's treasury was filled and it was very valuable one. There was some staff needed to guard that treasury, isn't it? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Garden Childe said that there was a payment to a king, and there is one word, deity. What is deity? Can anyone tell me? Yes, Ubaid. What is deity? Yes.
Sir,
Yes, Varisha.
So, who is the representative of God?
Yes, Atiq.
Claims to be a person who claims that he is the
It's
representative
not a person.
of God.
Yes, Varisha, you were saying something.
sir, if we talk about deity, in Hindi it is called Devta.
Data.
Devta.
Devta.
Devta, yes, exactly. Actually, in earlier times, every city has its own Devata or Devi. That is called deity. Kul Devi, or actually in kinship society also there was a Kul Devi that expanded to the concept of the city deity. So there was a city deity, city Devta or Devi in every city. Okay. So can you give taxes to deity? Yes.
If it is religious and it is binding to do that, you have to-
Actually, it is religious and political both. In earlier times, often the religious and political power were concentrated in one head or one people or one administration to the top. You can find many examples of that in history. Yes. So you cannot give taxes to a deity. Then what? The next best thing you will do? Yes.
give that money to king.
To king. And there was a definite reason. The king was thought to be a representative of the deity. Have you heard of that? King
Yes, sir.
was
Demigod
thought
or semi-god.
semi-god and sometimes God. Sometimes a representative of God. Sometimes a God himself or herself. He or she was the representative of God. Sometimes he was avatar of God. Have you heard of that?
Yes, sir.
In recent times,
So as Hindu say Ram Ji.
yes,
he
yes,
was
yes.
also king.
And until very recently, Nepal's king was considered an avatar of Vishnu. Have you heard of that? Now the Rajshahi is not there,
Yes, sir.
but very recently, around 5 to 10 years back, the Nepal's king was considered to be an avatar of Vishnu. He was actually Vishnu incarnated. In India, Ram was God incarnated. And many countries, either God was a representative of king. King was a representative of God, or the God himself, or his avatar. So, king was the deity, or at least a representative of a deity. So, you give taxes to a deity. He was running the administration of the city on behalf of the god or deity. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another characteristic Gordon Childe cited that not all residents grow their own food. Not all residents grow their own food. You can gel it with specialization of economy or diversification of economy. Not all residents of the city grow their own food. So they became specialists,
Independent.
like a sculptor, like a carpenter, like an artist, like a poet. They were not growing their own food. Okay. Then there is another interesting characteristic of the city told us by Gordon Childe is monumental public buildings. Monumental public buildings. You will find in all old cities a monumental public building, at least one, that represents the city. Have you heard of that?
Yes, sir.
Any you can name? All kings constructed a huge monumental public building in the city. That was the defining characteristic of the city. Some are in ruin, but there are some we can find till this day. Qutub Minar, isn't it? Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal. In Europe, you can find many monumental public building. Sometimes a gate to celebrate a victory. Arc de Triomphe in Paris is an example. Gateway of India, India Gate. There were many, one or more public building. And very interesting thing, there in some cities, there was a logo of the city, a symbol of the city. Logo, you know? Logo of the city. A very interesting example of logo of a city. Logo, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
A symbol, a figure. In Lucknow, which is the symbol of Lucknow? Can anyone tell me? An Indian city? Yes. It is a fish. Fish is the Lucknow symbol, and you can find that fish in UP government's seal, a UP government symbol. There is a fish. Have you seen
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
The fish is Lucknow's symbol. The many city had symbols those times. Okay. One more characteristic Garden Children told us that those not producing their own food were supported by king. Those not producing their own food cannot produce were supported by king. Both categories are there: artists, sculptors, painters, poets, and some people who were not able to produce their food because of some problem, because of some disability. The king was providing food for them. That was a very vital symbol of our characteristic of the city. Those not producing their own food were supported by the king. So these were in their own right some welfare state. Actually, the cities preceded states. Cities were converted into states. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Their cities were the starting points. You must have heard about Greek city-states. Have you heard about Greek city-states?
Yes, sir.
So cities were there first, and they expanded into the states or nations. Okay. Then there was another defining characteristic of the city, a system of recording and practical sciences. System of recording. System of recording and practical sciences. System of recording. We have talked in the beginning that there has to be a system of entering or lodging those tributes. So, and city administration in turn gave you protection and law and order and other infrastructural facilities. It happens today also. You give some tax to the city administration, or in turn the city administration or the city ruling class or the nation's ruling class give you protection from enemies, give you law and order, give you roads, give you water supply and other infrastructural facilities. And there were some practical sciences. We can think that the sciences is a recent phenomena, but it is not a recent phenomena. There was the sciences. So can you tell me, before the invention of paper, where the recording took place? Can you tell me? Anyone? When the paper was...
Rocks.
Yes, Atik.
Rocks.
Rocks.
The stone carved.
Yes, Varisha?
Leather. The leather.
Yes, and clay tablets. Have you heard of clay tablets? In Mohenjo-daro and
Yes, sir.
Harappa, clay tablets are found.
Yes, sun-baked.
Sun-baked clay tablets were found, and they were the instrument of recording. The paper was not invented. Bhojpatra in India, parchment paper in some European countries. Before the invention of paper, there were other means of recording the transactions or that, and you can see practical science in making of pyramids. Yes. And one more characteristic which naturally comes after that, this characteristic is a system of writing. Gordon Childe said that there was a system of writing. A system of writing. Some system of writing was there. There was no written language in ancient times, but there was some system of writing. Cuneiform language, pictorial language, there were some language systems there. Or artistic depiction, that was perhaps the language. We find some drawings in ancient caves. You must have heard of Bhimbetka caves. There were some writings, there were some drawings. Perhaps that was those were not drawings, those were writing. Those were prose, because word was not invented, language was not invented, so we were expressing our thoughts in that form. Okay. Gordon Childe told us about one more characteristic: development of symbolic art. This also naturally leads to symbolic art. There was some symbolic art form. Art form was there. So I was saying that perhaps these drawings we find in ancient caves, they were symbolic art. Okay, that those were symbolic art. Art form was there. You can say in simple language that art form was there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another characteristic Gordon Childe told us that trade and import of raw materials. We had talked about it earlier. Trade and import of raw material. What is this raw material? What do you understand by raw material?
From which products are made.
Yes.
From which products are made.
To which products are made, to which are modified or processed to make a finer product. And what is the characteristic of the second product, the processed product? Why we do this? Why we
To add value, sir.
to add value and to add practicability, to add price, so that the maker of that, a processor of that raw material gets profit, gets some money, gets some resources. So what are the characteristics? One more: specialist craftsmen from outside the kin group. Specialist craftsmen. We haven't completed that. Trade and import of raw material. Although we have discussed this earlier, trade and import of raw material. Trade and import. Import from other cities. Import from other cities. Trade and import. We have discussed trade and we have discussed import. There were no international borders those days. So the city border, across the city border, the selling and buying of goods and services was import. The last characteristic Garden Children told us in his 10 characteristics, specialist craftsmen from outside kin group. Now, what is this kin? Have you read about the
Yes,
concept of
kin.
kinship? Yes.
Can say relative.
Yes, relatives.
Yes.
Yes. Actually,
Relatives.
most of the settlements those days were the extension of some family or families. They were kins. There was a bond of kinship. They were kith and kins. You must have heard that word. So most of them were related in some point. But in this city, there were some craftsmen which came from outside the kinship group. You getting me? From outside the city or outside the kinship group. Why they were there?
For the art.
Yes, art. And they were patronized by the king so that the city grew in splendor and aesthetic beauty. They were importing and encouraging the master craftsmen to come and live in their city. That was the established practice. Kings were patronizing some poets, kings were patronizing some artists. They used to invite those people. So, what are the main characteristics of Garden Childe told us? First is differentiation. Let me summarize. First, were the differentiation of occupation of the population. Size and density of population should be above normal. Payment of taxes to a deity or a king. Monumental public buildings. There may be one or more monumental public buildings. There were some logos also we have talked about. Those not producing their own food were supported by the king. System of recording and practical sciences, a system of writing, development of symbolic art, trade and import of raw material, and specialist craftsmen from outside the kin group. Actually, this categorization, these defining characteristics of touchstone of are parameters that especially in the case of ancient settlement, that those were cities or not. These are parameters. These are kasautis. You understand kasauti or parameter? What is kasauti or parameter?
Parameter set limits.